Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something that's probably a major headache for a lot of you online creators out there.
Mhm.
Those constantly changing specs on social media platforms, video lengths, aspect ratios, the goalposts just keep moving, don't they?
They really do. And that's what we're digging into, using insights from our source text. We want to understand why this keeps happening
Right.
and, maybe more importantly, figure out what you, as a creator, can actually do to, well, keep up without tearing your hair out.
Yeah, our mission here is really to help you dodge that frustration, save some time.
Exactly. Less wasted effort.
Because think about it. You pour all this energy into making something great, you finally nail it, and then boom.
Rejected.
Yeah, rejected.
Yeah.
Because it's like half a second too long or the shape is just slightly off the new requirements.
Yeah.
So this deep dive, it's designed to help you sidestep exactly that problem. Okay, so let's unpack this. What's the real impact on creators when these specs shift?
Well, it's interesting because it really hits smaller creators the hardest, doesn't it?
Oh, so.
Big companies, they often have whole teams,
Mm.
or fancy software. But if it's just you, or maybe a small team,
Right.
you probably don't have those resources. So constantly reformatting stuff isn't just annoying, it's time you could be creating.
Absolutely. Our source material actually highlights this really well. There was this one example, a user on Reddit.
Yeah, use spec struggles.
That's the one. Wasted literally half a day just trying to resize one video for Instagram stories because the specs changed on them.
Half a day, just gone. On a technicality.
Exactly. So why do the platforms do this? Why keep changing the rules all the time? It seems chaotic.
Well, from what our source suggests, it's often tied to how the platforms optimize things, user retention, ad performance,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Think about the push towards shorter videos, for example. That directly affects like their ad inventory,
Yeah.
how long people stay watching.
So it's about competition, staying ahead.
Pretty much. They're always testing, rolling out new features fast. The problem is the news about these changes.
Yeah.
It often gets buried, like deep in some help doc or a developer update that, let's be honest, most creators just aren't reading regularly.
Right. You're busy making stuff, not digging through tech docs. That makes sense. And the source really drives home how frustrating this is with those Reddit examples you mentioned.
Oh, yeah. So besides the Instagram story nightmare,
Mm-hmm.
there was another one, U-length limit lament. They had a TikTok ad kicked back because it was just 2 seconds too long.
Oh, come on. 2 seconds?
Yep, 2 seconds over the new limit they hadn't caught wind of yet. And these aren't just, random complaints.
No, it points to a bigger pattern.
Exactly. You invest your time, your creativity, maybe even money on an ad,
Mm.
and then get tripped up right at the finish line by a tiny spec change.
Ouch. That's a real punch in the gut for creators. Okay, so enough about the problem. What can people actually do? Give us some solid, actionable strategies. How can creators fight back or at least manage this better?
Right, okay. Building resilience is key. So strategy 1, always, always keep high-resolution master files of your work.
Ah, the originals. Why is that crucial?
Flexibility. If you have that high-res master, you can crop, resize, reformat later without it looking terrible. You're not losing quality.
Sorry. Okay, what else?
Secondly, get friendly with export presets in whatever editing software you use.
Presets, like templates.
Exactly. Set them up for the common aspect ratios, the video shapes. That vertical 9.16 for phones, square 1.1, the standard widescreen 16.9.
So you can just click a button instead of manually tweaking every time.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It saves a ton of time in the long run.
Nice. Good tip. What else is in the creator survival kit?
Staying informed is a big one, even though it's tough. Try to follow the official developer blogs or the creator newsletters for the platforms you rely on most.
So keep an eye out for those announcements.
Yeah, sometimes they give you a heads up. Also, look into tools that can help. Batch Converters Handbrake is a great free one. Can process lots of files at once.
Oh, useful.
And quick editing apps, like CapCut maybe, they often have features to automatically resize for different platforms. It can be a lifesaver.
Okay, good tools. Anything else?
One last thing, and it's more about planning. Build buffer time into your schedules.
Buffer time.
Yeah, just assume you might have to re-export something. Don't schedule things so tight that a small spec change throws your whole content calendar off. Plan for the unexpected.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Plan for bumps in the road. So I guess the big takeaway here is, we can't really stop the platforms from changing their minds.
Unfortunately not. It's their playground.
But having these kinds of strategies ready, the master files, the presets, staying informed, using the right tools, planning buffer time, it can seriously cut down on the stress and the wasted hours, right?
Absolutely. It's all about being prepared, adaptable. You got to roll with the punches in this digital world.
Well said. And, that actually brings up a final thought for everyone listening. We've talked about creators, but think about how these constant, rapid shifts affect all of us. Everyone who uses these platforms daily to connect, to share, to get information.
Good point.
What other maybe hidden challenges or pressures are bubbling just beneath the surface of the apps we scroll through every day? It's definitely something to think about in a world where digital change seems to be the only constant.
Definitely food for thought.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.